What's up? Welcome to Steppa said. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Back with a video, man. To tell some of my experience in my journey in hopes of helping someone else and also helping myself because me letting this stuff out actually helps me. It's like it's therapy for me. It actually works for me more than going to therapy because I've been in therapy now for 5 years. Even though therapy has done a lot for me, um, but me making these videos and just seeing people watching them definitely helps me even more to, I don't know, it's weird. It's like when I make music, like when I hear the music and I make a song and I'm able to put more intricate, more deep things and feelings inside the music, things I wouldn't even say to nobody, or I wouldn't feel comfortable with saying it to somebody in person, but I will feel more comfortable putting it in the music because I'm also a musician. Yes, I am. Um, if you want to see any of my videos, just type in Steppa, one of my songs, put Steppa, Steppa, Gray Lines, or Steppa. Um, uh, I got a lot of videos up there. I got Steppa, Gray Lines. I got Steppa. When you put Steppa Gray Lines, you'll see more of the content. I got Steppa Love It. The name of the song is called Love It. So put like Steppa Hartford Gray Lines or Love It or I Ain't Stopping, Steppa I Ain't Stopping. And you'll see my videos pop up. But I put a lot of my real life experiences in those videos and those lyrics and on here. And this video right here, what I want to talk about is when you growing up in the hood where I grew up at and where a lot of y'all grew up at, um, we have this thing of labeling people who's not in in fully with the hood as far as selling drugs, doing bad stuff, stealing. We look at them, they just like they do other things. Like they don't do that type of stuff. Maybe they come outside and they just play games. They just do their own thing, really. They're not into all the hood life like that. Like as far as with the in crowd, they may be kind of nerdy. We call them like Offies from where I'm from, or Offies, or nerds, or you just give them a name that maybe they dress kind of different. So we give them those kind of names to kind of to kind of make them that they're not a part of the hood. Um, Office is a better word. And to be quite honest with you, I had some of those offie ways, some what they so call them people that's like that. And what I mean by that is growing up, and this is a lesson I wanna. That's it's a lot of that's going around that's happening in a lot of these ghettos. We are from different ghettos, different states, different areas, but a lot of the things are the same. And one of the things that I've learned is we all are different, period. And being unique and different, growing up in the hood, is looked at as negative. Like if you don't want to participate in, the stealing cars or the you're not in the in crowd or you're not getting girls or you chill with dudes that's it's kind of different. It's got a negative. They make you feel like you're not a part of it, like you're an alien or you're just odd. You're not with the in crowd, and they put like this stigma on it, like you was like a nerd, all because you have different ways. And in doing that, what happens is you start you start creating a persona because you want to fit in. It don't feel good people telling you you're not, you're offy or you're not a part of what's going on. You're not in the in crowd. So what happens is you start to some of the times is you start to take on a persona to try to become someone that you're not. And sometimes people go as far as going way far to to create this persona of being someone they're not. When I know people that went as far as actually killing people, um, and then they go to jail and then can't believe it, and you done took on this persona. It done engulfed you so much that you really believe you're this person, and in turn you do some things that you're so caught up in the character that it drives you to do something that at the end when you sit back and you think of when you're sitting in jail or sometimes they even die, but if you end up in jail and you're sitting there and you really start to think about the things you did, you start to realize that this persona done took a hold of you. And that's what's going on, a lot that's going on now with all this stuff that's going on. A part of, it has something to do with it. Where you have these people who are trying to prove themselves because they want to be accepted, and being accepted feels good, man. Like being a part of something, and people, they accept you for who you are, no matter how different that you may act. You may have a different way of dressing. You know what I mean? You may don't like fighting. You may be a person of peace. Um, you just may have different ways of life. You're a different person. We all are different. And people, not accepting you for who you are a lot of the times drives you to do things or to become somebody else so you can fit in. Because who want to be in the hood growing up there? We already in the hood. That's bad enough, even though it is fun times in the hood. But we already in the hood, and now you're not even accepted by your peers because you're different. You know what I mean? You're different, so they treat you as an outcast, like you're, and that don't feel good. That don't feel good at all. The reason why I say I was a part of that is because the way I really am, um, even though I was able to sell drugs and blend in the streets, that really wasn't me. Growing up, I always wanted to be a part of the streets because that was the way of I see that you be accepted. Because you gotta imagine growing up, right? When you're dark skinned in the back of my time, dark skinned, you're not this super, not this handsome guy all the lit girls like and all that. And and you in school and you seeing people selling drugs, they fly, girls like them, this and this and that, they popular. And you sitting there, you got maybe one, two pair of sneakers, you got the whole school year. And you seeing that, people like people are really looking at you like you're like an off brand, like, brother, this dude is off, man. Like, you know what I mean? All because you're not popular, or the girls ain't going crazy, or you're not dressed, a certain way. And I always like dressing, but I just didn't have the money to dress. My mother was still buying my clothes. My grandparents were still buying my clothes, and they didn't have money to spend like that on us. I mean, so shit. I had a total. I had about a couple pair of sneakers and a pair of boots for the whole school year. You know what I mean? That was, my school. I'm grateful. Don't get me wrong. But when you're growing up with people is your age and they're selling drugs, and they buying all the Bo Jacksons and the Jordans, and you know what I mean, the Tonics, and I mean the Champions came through, and Asics, and you got all this stuff. Other people coming through, and you like, damn, man, I want to be a part of that, man. I want to be accepted. You know what I'm saying? I want to be in the in crowd. You know what I'm saying? I want to be that. I want to be this Offie, as they call it, walking around school. And so a lot of times you start acting out, and that's what I did. I started stealing cars, just to fit in, man. You know what I'm saying? And but it was fun too at the same time. But when you start doing stuff like that, you know, you start getting attention. Oh, this dude, yeah, he in a stolen car and this and this and that. So you start you start feeling like you're starting to be accepted now because you're doing things that's drawing attention to yourself. I mean, you don't have the looks, You don't have the clothes. Even though I was like a funny guy, like I always had a sense of humor. So that was something that gets your attention. But I didn't even let that out that much in my younger, like in middle school, high school. I didn't let it out like that because I don't know, I just didn't. And even though people that close to me knew I was a funny dude, but I didn't let it out like that because I'm just trying to find this persona so I could get accepted. You know what I'm saying? Now I didn't know that back then. As I'm older now, I'm able to look back at what I was doing and kind of understand what was going on. So what happens is you take on this persona. You don't want to be out here doing all this stuff. And you know what I'm saying? And even some of the people I was being around, some of the things that they were into and doing, I used to be like, oh boy, I'm not doing, you know what I'm saying? I used to be kind of, we about to do that. Like, whew. I just thank God that in my years of finding this persona, I done did some crazy stuff that people wouldn't even believe I did if I told them, like, you was doing that? Yeah, man. And thank God that me doing this stuff didn't land me in a jail or even dead. You know what I mean? To still be here to be able to even talk about it. Cause I did some crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Cause I was chilling around people that was in that life. And some of them even was in a position I was in taking on a persona. You know what I'm saying? Some are just legitimately, it's good in everybody and you know, and love is in everybody. But I'm saying there's some people that's just, they some bad motherfuckers, man. They just, you could just tell the energy is like that. You could feel it when you're around them. They are just, they have that thing that the street calls for. They just have that thing. You know what I mean? You could tell this is a street dude. Like he's all about this life. And then there's some, like most of us, to be honest, I'm gonna say most of us ain't really, you just adapt to where you from. You know what I mean? Where you at. But what happened with me is a lot of my decisions I've made to take on this persona and to find this persona to be accepted messed up a lot of opportunities for me because um I wanted to sell drugs bad, man. Like I just wanted to be a drug dealer because it brought the money, it brought the clothes, it brought the girls, and I knew how to put outfits together. I used to always just daydream, like, damn, man, if I had that, I'd have got that with that. And then not to mention, I had a cousin who was selling drugs, and he used to give us his old clothes and sneakers. So I used to be so happy when I used to go to my aunt's house, and he had like, yo, you want this right here? He'd be like, no, you can have it. So we used to he just give us stuff, man. He just give us stuff, man. You know what I mean? He just was like that, give us his pants and all this stuff. So I started getting a little feel of, you know, being a drug dealer. So I ended up going into a group home. I mean, a replacement for boys, bad kids, and to a group home. And when I was in the group home, they was going to pay. I was a junior in high school, and that was my best time in school because this school I went to was mostly, it was mixed, but it was mostly white kids, and I seen the difference in the schooling from where I came from to now I'm going to a school mixed with white kids. So I started like, damn, this shit is different now. How they treat us, you know what I'm saying? It's a different thing. Um, but here go me in the group home I was in. If I'd have stayed in there another year, if I'd have graduated high school while I was in there, which I was gonna do, they was gonna pay for my college for 4 years, and I had someone that was in the group home who had went off to college, and he used to come back and visit and tell me how fun it is out there. And she'd be like, "Oh man, I can't wait till I get up there." But here go me. Here go me. Want to be in school, want to try to fit in, and I was. And in that school, it wasn't about fitting in because I was one of the few black dudes that was in there, and I was so it was so crazy, and I don't mean to brag about this, but I had this white friend. his father owned a roofing company. Um, and I started selling weed in school. So I started having weed. Spanish dude gave me some weed. So now I'm selling weed in school. I was known as the weed man in school, buying all these clothes. They used to call me Nautica boy. I had to stay in Nautica. And it was this white boy, man. And he used to work with his father. His father owned a roofing company. And he had like a bank account where he had a lot of money in his bank account. He used to work for his father. So he had thousands of dollars in his bank account. So I used to always trick him out his money. Yo, I need 500 so I could do this, do that, boom. And then I'll get the money and I make it seem like something happened. But he just keep bringing me, I just keep making up stories about getting weed and we gonna do this. And then, oh man, I got robbed. And then one time I did get some weed. And so I used to play with him like that. And he used to give me all this money, like thousands of dollars, man. And so I had a lot of for being a junior in high school out there, I kind of I started feeling myself. My first real girlfriend, my daughter's mother. I started bagged her up. My first little real girlfriend who really liked me like that. Um, so I was feeling myself. I ended up getting kicked out of the damn group home because I get caught selling weed in school. I got too many chances in the group home. First, the cops brought me home for trying to steal a car. They gave me a pass at the group home. Then, still in the car. Then, me and a friend of mine, we used to have to who I was working too, so we had to put most of our check inside our bank account, and we had to give our bank books to the counselors so they could put it inside a safe because we couldn't hold our bank book. We had to save our money. So me and my friend broke in a house in our own group home because the staff wasn't there. And we broke in, went inside the office, stole our bank books, went downtown. I spent most of my money on my bank book, bought gold teeth, bought all this, and I snuck the bank book back in the office. But they ended up finding out about it, gave me another chance. And then once I got caught selling weed in school, I didn't even get caught with the weed. I had residue in my pocket. So weed fell out the thing. And then when the security guard searched me, they saw the weed and he was just like, Jerry, man, like, we gave you all these chances, man. And now we gotta let you go, man. And this man dropped me off back in the project. And I was back at Squid, back in the damn project, man, when I had a chance to go to college, paid for, paid for. But I wanted to fit in. I wanted to fit in. And that was a big lesson for me because now that I look back at my life, being the age I am now, 44, turning 45 in a couple months, when I look back at all the people that, even today, when I see the people that they call Offies or just was on a different thing, now at this age, I see some of those people who stayed the way they were, unique and different, and didn't care about being called an Offie. Now they just enjoying life. Now they not the Offies no more. They gym their bodies. Like my one of my best friends, he was one of those dudes that nerdy and tall and you know what I'm saying. Like would call him Offie back then. But the thing with him is he stuck to who he was. Ended up working on his body, working on his physique, going to school. He stuck to who he was. He didn't try to fit in like me. Stuck to it. Ended up moving up in his career, doing what he had to do. Boom, boom, boom. Became a CEO. Worked his way up till he became a warden, and now he's retired at how old is he now? 43. Retired. Now he is pursuing something else. And I say that to say that he stayed true to whom he was. He did not care about the label names. Maybe he did care, but it didn't. Them doing it, saying it to him, didn't deter him to try to take on a persona that wasn't him. He stayed true to who he was. And now you look at him now, he's like, yeah, I remember when I used to be like this, and now the caterpillar turned into a butterfly. He always said that because now the women flock to him now. He has a confidence with him. He has a nice physique. He's like 6'6", 6'5". He's tall. He successful career. You know what I'm saying? He stuck to whom he was. And the people that was calling him, maybe calling him a nerd and all that dude is a nerdy off this and that. And some people is now, a lot of them is locked up and got bullshit jobs. Some of them may be dead. You know what I mean? Out here on drugs, strung out, and he's flourishing. And for me taking on this persona, cause I was kind of different because I wanted to fit in, man. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Even though I knew the streets wasn't who I was, I wanted to be accepted. And I was making a lot of the wrong decisions. I didn't have a father. My mother did the best she can, but she had a drug problem. You know what I mean? So I'm making this video really to in hopes of these kids out here to understand, man. Like, I understand you may be in a horrible situation, may not have no father, mother either, may not have anyone that could give you direct love. But what I could sit here and tell you, as long as you have God and believe in God and could see yourself in a better situation, you could draw those situations to you. Do not let all this outside noise of people telling you, "Oh, you this, you're that, you're an offie, you're a nerd, you're this," draw you into being someone that you're not. Because I'm telling you, when you become of age and you look back at those people that was calling you that or making you feel like you was an outcast, you see how they end up turning out. You see it. You see how they end up turning out, man. And a lot of the times it don't be good. It don't be good. So what the girls don't like you right now? So what? So what? What you have to build up and push yourself to be is to fall in love with yourself and to keep pushing and to keep finding your path and your direction and getting to know yourself and love yourself for real. Because you don't want to look back and look at all the missed opportunities you had and to be like, damn, and to have regret. I'm blessed right now because all the stupid decisions I've made, I'm even here to even say it to you. And I'm still working on myself now at 44 years old. I'm still here working on my so much I have to work on. So much. So much I got to work on. And I'm working on it. And I'm trying not to think back at all those missed opportunities I had because they missed opportunities, man. I can't do nothing about it. I let the opinion of others steer me in a way that makes me regret it. And I still deal with, you know, caring about what people think of me. I still deal with the shit. I still deal with it. I still do. And and it's hard sometimes. It's hard. I know me, I know people, the older people used to talk to me about the way I should be. It sort of didn't register, man. It sort of didn't register. So I know me saying this to the younger, I don't even know if I'm gonna have younger people watching this, man. But even if you're older and you're in your 40s, man, it's not too late to turn your life around. It's not too late. It's not if you can still get around and walk around and still wake up, man. It's really not too late. You could get up and do what you got to do, man. You just got to work on yourself. I'm in the process of that right now, man. Working on myself and trying to really find my purpose. And one of the big problems I got is focusing on the thing I want to do. It's like I do do it for a minute, stop, do this, do it for a minute, stop, do this. Like that's been my behavior through life, man. I bounced around, went to college for this, then went to college for that, and went to truck driving school, and then went to fashion school, and then went. It's just like I'm all over the place, man, and it's hard out here to find to find your purpose out here. Some people just they know it right off the bat. So they come out, they just know what it is. I don't even know what mine is. I have no idea right now what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I know in the position I'm in now, I have a chance to create what I want. I'm a single man. Um, live. Me and my son live together, but he doesn't be here like that. He's 23, so I'm here by myself and got nothing but just I got two daughters. They don't live with me. So it's mostly me here and just me and my thoughts, man. And I have a lot of thoughts going through my head. I just don't want to be out here and die alone and messing with these women because that's what I was doing, just messing with these women and not really being serious about building a family. And I'm just out here, just so many things I got to work on myself. And so I got a lot of I got a lot of work to do on myself. The relationships I have been in has been traumatizing for me. So it's kind of been having me not really want to be in a relationship, or the relationships I have been in, I really didn't make that full connection with them. And like they said, I feel like I always had a wall up, and which I did because I wasn't really totally ready to be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So hey, I that's why I'm working on myself, because my last relationship I just got out of in July um was a year and a half relationship, and it didn't pan out because of stuff with her and stuff with me. You know what I'm saying? So I have this issue of making that full connection with someone, like really giving myself to someone, and I'm working on it. So this video just about, don't get caught up, man. Don't get caught up in other people's opinion of you, because if somebody gonna keep saying negative stuff about you or giving you this negative opinion of yourself, it's something up with them. Because I don't go around telling people what they are. You like talk like, just don't do that. But hey, man, need negative and positive to grow in this world. So what are you gonna do? I'm gonna end this video now because I'm just up here rambling now. I just want you to go out there and be the best you, man. Be you for real. Be who you are. You know who you are. Be who that. If you don't know who you are, don't be who you not. You know what I'm saying? And and I'm gonna say this, and this might not be, people might not like this, but I think that's what happened with Tupac. God bless him. He was a good dude, even though he was in the streets and he did all that gangster stuff. I get it, but if you look at him and me feeling his energy, he just wasn't. I just don't see him as that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I believe he adopted a persona that kind of, guided him to an early demise. Um, and like I said before, it be people that, they take on this persona and they do a lot of things that they go far with it. And I believe he went far with it because growing up and the stuff he did, and from what I see through like his acting school and his videos and just the stuff you see when he was younger, I didn't feel that from him. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you look at someone like 50 Cent coming up, all the videos you've seen of him, you could tell like 50 was, you could feel it. You could, that's him. That's 50. Like you feel it. You see it. Even when he was younger, you see the old videos of him, you could just see it and feel it. But Pac, you don't feel that. You don't feel that when he was younger, that hardness, that tough like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean. But then as he got, started getting older, getting in the industry, then he kind of took on this persona. You know what I mean? Like some people just have that you could see, and just don't be like that. And I respect him and the stuff that he did, his music and all that. I'm not saying this to discredit nothing from him. What I'm saying is, from my eyes, it seemed like he was a great, good, nice kid who kind of got took over by this persona that he created. And, it led to what it led to. So, stay true to yourself, be who you are, love yourself. I love you. Peace.